House hacking! What is house hacking? How do you do it? All the questions on our last video, we want to share the answers with you. So stay tuned. Jeff Land with Landmark Real Estate Group. Okay guys, so cool. So we have had clients that are really savvy and okay with house hacking that have been able to do it in a way where their monthly nut is zero, or they're actually maybe making a little money every time they go to pay that mortgage. They're actually getting enough rent in that is totally covered, and they're paying zero or making a little money at the end of the month. That is cool. So I want to teach you how to do that. So we're talking about house hacking. So there's a lot of different tools to do it. We're gonna talk about 7 different ways. The first is just buying straight up multifamily. So multifamily is anything 2 to 4 units. You can actually go much bigger than that, but for today we're talking 2 to 4 units because there's a certain product that you can use that is really advantageous. It's the FHA loan. The FHA loan lets you buy anywhere from 1 to 4 units. Most people don't know that. So as little as 3.5% down, you can buy a property with 4 units, live in 1 unit. You have to live there for at least a year, live in 1 unit, and then have all the rents of the remaining units go to help you pay your mortgage every month. That is pretty cool. If you get the right price on the property, you can even make a little money every month. So that's the first way. So buying multifamily is a really simple, easy way to house hack. A lot of times people do it, do some renovations to bring up the market value of the property at the same time, as well as the rents. So there's a lot of value in buying multifamily. The second is really simple. I once had a military friend. He was down and out on his luck, actually living in a little RV, so basically pretty close to homeless. But he had good income and he had some good benefits with the VA. We went and helped him buy about a $650,000 home with 0 down, and he rented out all the rooms. Now, granted, the interest rates were a little lower back then, but when he rented out all the rooms, he was paying 0 on his mortgage. So that's pretty cool. So you can rent out rooms in a house. It doesn't have to be a VA loan or FHA. It could be conventional. Obviously, the more you put down, the smaller your mortgage is going to be. So you might be able to break even or get close to breaking even by renting out rooms in a house. And we know that in our area, that rooms are going for over $1,000 a room. So that's a really great way to house hack. If you're in a place in life where you can have rooms that are rented out. So if you had 3 extra rooms, that's an extra $3,000 a month. The third is short-term rentals. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. People are doing a lot of short-term rentals around here, and there's some tricks in different cities. So we're not going to talk about all the different cities today. We're not going to get into that. But doing a short-term rental in your house is a way that you can make money. Let's say you're going on vacation and you want to rent out part of the house. You can definitely do it. Now, I think most cities in this area, as long as you're living there as your primary residence, you can do what's called a short-term stay permit, which allows people to do a home stay in the house and rent out part of it. So for part of the year, if you're gonna go on vacations, rent out your house to different people that might be wanting to visit the area, and they come in, pay you a couple grand over the weekend and enjoy your house, and then you come home, your vacation's paid for, you made a little extra money. It's a pretty fun way to do it as well. One of my favorites, actually. The other is the live and flip. Stacy and I have done this quite a few times. It sounds a little bit crazy, but you buy a house that's a house that needs to get a little bit renovated. You live in it for 2 years. As you live in the house, obviously it has to be nice enough to live in, but as you're living in it, you're actually fixing it up. It's your primary, you're doing work, you're cleaning it up, making things nicer and nicer, doing landscaping, maybe remodeling bathrooms, the kitchen. So it's tough. It's tough. I'm not going to say it's easy. It is tough to do because you're living in a work environment. But after you're done, after 2 years, you can sell that house with capital gains tax eliminated because it's your primary residence. So the live and flip is a great way to house hack and make some serious tax-free money. It is really a great vehicle to do that. The third is using your garage as a storage and renting it out for storage for people. A lot of people want extra space. They want extra storage. If you have a shed on your property, things like this, people will pay you to actually have some storage on your property. We have a neighbor who has a big barn. I've always told him, like, hey man, if you rent out this barn for storage, you can make some serious money doing that. So that's another way you can do it. So another way to use your garage is converting it into a junior ADU. Really simple, has to be under 500 square feet. It's good that it has a bathroom and a little kitchenette, but that's a simple garage conversion to a junior ADU. Very much legal in the state of California, so that's something to look at. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get a little bit more income, another opportunity would be an ADU. Putting an ADU on a property is really great way to make some extra cash. It takes a little bit more money to establish an ADU and put it on the property. It takes some permitting, design, things like this. But a lot of cities have pre-designs that are already approved. And also there's a lot of modular designs that you can do that are really easy just to come lay on the property as well. It takes a little bit of work, but you get some good income off of that. The other is you can rent out, if you have a bigger property, for RV and camper rental. Just to get a few RVs and a few campers on there, charge a couple $100 per each unit, and all of a sudden you have $600 extra a month coming in. So that's really simple. A couple pro tips on this. You definitely, if you're gonna have tenants coming into your house, living in your house, you definitely want to screen them. I always like the idea of having a property manager just to keep some protection there, make sure they're going through the screening process appropriately. You want to collect first month rent. You want to get security deposit. That's really important. Also, you want to have really clear boundaries with tenants. I know you're living on the property, but you also don't want to get bugged every time they're walking by on this is wrong, I need this and that. So having some really clear boundaries. And then really knowing the local laws in each city. They change from each city in the Central Coast. So it's really important to know that the Airbnb laws, the renting laws, all those types of things. They'll keep you safe, keep you protected as the landlord. It's really important. But besides that, you can live for free on the Central Coast if you do it right. It just takes some savvy, it takes a little sacrifice, and a little skill. It takes a little skill. Doing those in-home flips and things like that aren't easy. So, hey, in summary, I want to cover the things that we talked about. Talked about multifamily properties. We talked about renting out rooms, accessory dwelling units, short-term rentals and Airbnbs and VRBOs, live-in flips, garage storage conversions along with the ADUs, and then renting out parts of the property for RVs or campers and things like that. So that's a lot. It's really fun and exciting to think about. If you have any questions, we'd love to help you out. If you're thinking about any of these ideas, call us at Landmark Real Estate. You can reach us at 805-904-0012. Hey, take care. We'll talk to you all soon.